Hello!
Hi!
Welcome to Drawing with Courtney and Taylor. So funny, as I was watching some of these back, I'm like, wow, we just have no intro or anything, but that's okay. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Chrissy.
Hi!
Hello, hello, welcome. We're excited to do sea turtles today. Hi, Avery.
Hi!
I hope you all have had a really good day. You're pushing me over. We've had a fun day. We went on a bike ride. Loving to see the sun out. Hi, Kemper. Yes, a lion is on the horizon. So is a pig. And a kitty. And a bunny.
I'm teaching the bunny.
Yeah, Taylor's going to be leading our drawing on Monday. She's really excited. We're going to be drawing a bunny rabbit. Hello. Hi, Tegan. Hi, Katie. Hi, Lucy. Sam. Hi, Chrissy. All right. Hi, Raya and Bess. Thanks for joining us, you guys. All right. Let's see. It's 3 o'clock. We are going to get started. I'm going to show you some different types of turtle shells to draw. So as we draw our body and our head and our fins, then I'm going to show you some different turtle shell options, and that way you guys can choose which ones you like, and you can go ahead and draw whatever ones you choose. So there's a few different ones, and of course you do you, and you draw whatever you want to draw on your turtle. I'm just going to show you a few different ones that we have chosen. Wow. So I'm not sure when we're going to do elephants, Misty. They are my favorite animal, so we'll do them. I'm just not sure when. Maybe next week. I'm going to flip the camera around, and we are going to get started.
Hi, Emma.
Here we go. We've got our salt ready for our background. If you are using watercolor paper and watercolors at the very end, I can show you a really cool technique to add some fun dimension to your water.
It's with the salt.
It's with the salt, yes. Let me see. I can get this a little bit better. Okay.
No, I want them to see mine.
Okay, well then let me raise this up. Pardon all my adjusting here. Okay.
Slowly moving down.
It's slowly moving down. Do we need to tighten it up?
Probably.
Here, I'm just going to scoot you over just a little bit to start this first section. So we're going to be drawing the outside of our turtle shell. As you can see, I made my turtle huge. I wanted him to fill up the whole entire paper. You are the artist of your artwork. So if you want to draw huge, then you do it with me. If you don't want to draw so big, then don't draw your turtle shell so big. We're going to do this one.
Can I draw a little baby turtle next to it?
You can. Let's draw the big one first, and then you can put your little baby. So we're going to come over here to this side, and we're going to start our turtle shell, and it's just going to be a big, huge oval. And so we're going to come up, down, and around. Very nice. And now, depending upon how big your oval is, if you want to bring the turtle shell smaller, then you're going to make your inner line on the inside. But I'm actually going to go to the outside of my line. So I'm going to start the same, and I'm going to follow my curve all the way around the outside of my turtle. Very nice. All right. Let me hide this so I can see comments. Okay, now we're going to add in our head. So we're going to pick a spot. My head's going to be kind of pointed right about here. Depending upon where your turtle shell kind of is pointed, you can put your head wherever you want. My head's going to go kind of right here. So we're just going to draw a little arc. That's going to be the start of the neck. Just a little short line. And then we're going to come over and we're going to draw the head. It just kind of arcs around. There you go. So that's the top of our head. We're going to put his little kind of beak in there. So we're going to come down and then kind of around. That's where his little mouth is. If you want to make it up, then it's kind of like he's smiling. There you go. And then we're going to start right near the beak part, and we're going to come down for the bottom of his head and then add a little bit of the neck there. So you're actually going to come down here right where the beak, right where the top of his little mouth starts, and come down like that. There you go. Perfect. All right. Hi, Lauren. That's okay. We're going to put all different kinds of shapes there. You're good. So now we're going to put the eye in. We're going to do a big oval. And we're going to draw another little line just to the inside because our turtle's eye is on the side of his head. There you go. And then we're going to draw our little circle inside the main part of the eye. So we've got our little circle there. And then we're going to fill in around the circle, leaving this part white. And of course our circle for our eye white. Just like that. Hi Brody and Blake, thanks for joining us. The salt is for the very end, only if you're using watercolors. You don't need it. None of my samples that I showed had it because I didn't know how many people actually had watercolors. But if you are using watercolors and watercolor paper, we will go through how to use the salt at the very, very end. It's the last little thing, huh? Yeah. This is fine. This is like the bottom of his little neck, chin. It's cute. It looks good. So now we're going to add some dimension here to the eye, kind of like an eyebrow. That kind of go around the top of his eye and just kind of go around. Yep. All right. Mom, so let's add in the fins. Yeah. If you want to, sure. Yeah, there you go. So we're going to draw his fins. So this one starts right about here, not too far from his head. So right about there. And you're going to come out and then down. So you're going to go off your page, kind of like up and then at an angle. And then turtle fins are shaped kind of like a triangle, right? So we're going to start here close to this line. And then we're going to come out and we're going to get fat. And we're going to go out because his fin, there you go, is swimming. Awesome. Now we're going to put one on the other side. So about the same distance, mark your little starting point. You're going to come out and around. And then, cool. And now, so your fin is going to come here and then come out like that. Because that's how he's swimming. And then we're going to start here close. And we're going to come out. And then we're going to finish kind of at an angle. Awesome. Here's Taylor's so far. Oh, it's stuck on the page. So here's her turtle. All right. Now we're going to get to doing some of the little details on our turtle. So here's where I can show you some options. Let me draw a turtle shell really fast. Let me draw a couple turtle shells here. Okay. Add some fins so it doesn't look so weird. And our head. Okay. A rough drawing of a turtle head. Okay, so we can just do simple lines, simple dashes around the edge if we want. So you can watch these different things and then you can decide what you want to do. So you can just do that, simple dashes. Now if you want to take it one step further, you can, in your dashes, round out the edges. So within each little box, go around and round out the edges. So you make kind of a curved line all the way around. Can you guys see that? So you can just do really simple marks here, or you can go around and add the rounded edges off those curve marks. So if I were to go dashes like this, then I can come in here and just do a box with curved edges, and that shows that the turtle shell is a little curved. But you don't have to. You can leave it just like that, and that is fine. That is how I did this one. I just did straight lines. And then on this one, I did the rounded rectangles. Okay? So those are some of the options that you can do. Of course, you can do whatever you want. If you want circles, if you want to just do little arcs like this, you can do that. If you want them to go the other way, like that, you can put them like that. So you get to decide what goes around your shell. I'm loving all the hearts and thumbs up. So thank you. All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do the rounded edges. If you have any questions about any of those, let me know. Where is Taylor? She's right next to me. Here is her drawing so far. She's doing scallops. Put this here. You want to pop on and say hi? Lauren says hi, Taylor.
Hi.
So we'll just take a few minutes here. We'll do the edge. Okay, so I've got the outside done. We're doing this by ourselves. Awesome. This must be Emma or Kaden. Hi, kiddos. Hi, Ethan. All right, can you show me the grounded rectangles again? Oh, the rounded. So if you have your shell, you're going to have the lines that you drew, and then around there you're just going to round the edges. Just going to make them round, just like a rounded rectangle, like that. So the edges are round, they're not boxy and square. So those are the rounded edges. Hopefully that helped ya. Our dog is watching you and Taylor. That's awesome. Okay, so now we're going to decorate the inside of our shell. So we have a couple different options for that as well. You can do a really loose shape, and you can leave some space between there. Or you can do a really tight space where there isn't any space between there. See the difference? So you can come, if you're drawing one like this, you just connect them like that. And I'm going to show you this way on my turtle. Or, of course, if you want to draw any shapes that you want your turtle to have, you go right ahead and do that. For this particular shape, it's kind of like a soccer ball shape. So I'm going to start straight line. And then I'm going to come out at an angle and out at an angle, and you'll kind of stop about the same distance. You're going to come down at an angle and kind of stop about the same distance. And then down at an angle, and you'll stop about the same distance, and then you're going to come straight across and match them. Okay? So then we're going to do the same thing here. So we already have our starting line. We're going to do our angled line, and our angled line, our next angled line, and our next angled line. And then we're going to match them up. And our next one, and our next one, and our next one, and our next one. Match them up. And you just keep going and doing that. When you get this point, I'm going to put one up here. Angle line. Then you can bring your line straight across. And if you want to start that angle here, you can add that angle line. Yay, I'm glad you're having fun, Melanie. Or you can go off the page. It's up to you, however big you drew your shape. So here I'm just going to go straight across. Here I'm just going to go straight across, and here I'm just going to go straight across. That's going to be really fun to color in. It's like a mosaic. All right, so now if you want to add some more detail to this, you can actually put lines on the inside of each one and create kind of a border. And I think that looks really fun, so I'm going to do that. You don't have to, but if you want to do that, then you just go on the inside of your lines and you follow the line.
Mom, can I start doing that part?
Well, we're going to do the fins, so if you want to do your fins, you can do some circles or whatever. So if you want to do this, then you follow the line. If not, then don't do it. Remember, this is your artwork. You get to decide how you want your sea turtle to look. So I'm just going to take a minute and add these lines in. Okay, I think I have them all outlined. Now it's time to work on our fins. So there are a couple different ways that, of course, you can do whatever you want. I thought this geometric pattern was really pretty. I saw another artist online have this pattern and I really liked it. There's also, you can just do some circles or rectangles or little rounded different shapes there as well. So you get to decide what you want to do. I think I'm going to do this style. If you want to do this style, I'll show you how really fast. You're going to take your marker and you're going to divide your fin up into 3 sections. So draw 2 lines and then you just do a zigzag. Zigzag back and forth on all of them. Zigzag. And then when you color them in, you alternate the colors. Everybody doing okay?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to do just a random pattern here on mine. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go along with the curves. Some small, some not so small. I think these are called scales. And you can put them on the whole entire one, or you can put them on some.
They're kind of a scale.
Yeah.
They're a kind of a scale.
Yeah.
Like a kind.
A type of scale.
Yeah. Because on Mermaid's Tales,
Yeah.
there's another scale.
There's another scale.
There's
Okay.
another kind of scale.
And then we're going to do the other side. And I'm varying my sizes. Some are small, some are big, skinny, fat, different shapes. All right. So how are you guys doing? Thumbs up? Are you behind? Should I slow down? Where are we at in our drawing? Not gonna have any salt left at the end. Taylor's over here playing in our salt. Thumbs up, hearts. Okay, cool. We're gonna add some decorations to our head too. So I'm just gonna kind of do this. I'm gonna add the shape of a heart there on the top, just because I want to add a heart on. I think every single drawing we've done has had a heart. Is that true, Taylor? I know hers has for sure. But not sure. I'm also going to draw a few lines right here to show the little wrinkled part of the neck. Just right here on the neck. Just a couple lines, yeah. Okay. And now I think we're ready for our background. So this is where you have to make some choices. Do you want your background to be like this, where he's underwater and it's kind of just stripes of water? Do you want your turtle to have bubbles? Do you want there to be some fish with your turtle? Do you want there to be some seaweed with your turtle? This one has some seaweed. Or do you want there to be your turtle is swimming in all seaweed?
Basically in seaweed.
Basically in the entire thing is seaweed.
Yeah.
So I see a slow down, so I'm gonna just take a minute And
can I do the water now?
And I'm going to put these up here so you guys can see. And those of you that are ready to move on to the background, go for it. I think for my background, I'm going to go ahead and do the water. If you want to add seaweed down there, I'll show you that. And if you want to add fish, now's the time to add fish too. All right, give me some thumbs up and let me know if you guys are ready to move on. And I'll wait just here until I see a bunch of thumbs up and hearts, and then I'll know that you guys are all ready.
We have 55 people.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so thankful you guys are joining us on our drawings.
Now 56.
Thumbs up and hearts. We are there. Okay, so I'm going to add in some seaweed. Now, you don't have to do this. You don't have to, but if you want to, this is how I do it. There's two different ways. There's a way where you can go wavy up and then keep your pencil or your marker moving and then just intersect the waves. So it looks like the seaweed is kind of blowing, right? It's all twisted. So I'm going to do that one more time. So I'm going to come wavy up. I'm going to loop around and I'm going to do my wavy back, but I'm going to intersect those lines on the different part. So this wavy went to the right and this wavy came back and went to the left.
Wow, that looks actually really cool.
It's fun. Now the other way you can do seaweed is you can just come wavy up and then follow the wave down. You can make them short or tall.
Is that yours that you're doing right now?
This is mine that I'm doing right now.
Okay, because you have a different just one.
I know, I'm just adding a bunch of things. If they want to do this, then they can. I see all sorts of faces. Uh-oh, some angry faces. This is for fun. We are relaxing and we're just drawing. And guess what? You can draw more, as many as you want. You can practice and practice. Here's Taylor's so far. Okay. So if you want to add some fish, I just do simple fish, right? So I'm going to add one right here. I'm going to make a triangle, but leave the end open. So up at an angle, straight down, up at an angle. We've got our little triangle. And then we're going to add like a football shape or an oval, whatever shape you want to do. Is that your other baby sea turtle? Oh, cute. Taylor's drawing a baby sea turtle. And I'm going to add the eye and a few lines here for the tail. My Sharpie isn't working. And then if you want to add in some gills, you can add in some gills. And if you want to get fancy, you can add in the fins and stuff. But I'm not getting fancy today. So here's another one. Angle. Maybe this is just a baby. Super simple fish. Now I'm going to add some bubbles. I'm going to add a bubble here. And then maybe a smaller one there. And a bubble here. Maybe one here. All different size bubbles. Some small, some big, some medium. Whatever you want to do for your bubbles. I'm also going to add a little curved line in the bubble, and that gives it some dimension so it looks like it's more round, like a bubble, instead of just a circle. Just small little curves.
And kinda is like shine. Okay.
Gives it a shine mark, yeah. And now I'm going to draw my background, and when I get to any of these items, I'm going to stop my line so that it is behind our turtle and behind our seaweed and behind our fish, right? So we don't want to take our lines through the top of our drawing. So I'm going to do just a really loose wave because my turtle's going to be underwater. When I get to the bubble, I stop and I pretend my line comes across, and it will come across right about there. I'm going to do the same thing here, stopping at my seaweed, and my sea turtle covers that whole rest of the way up, so that's fine. I'm going to come in behind, make sure all my lines are going behind. And I think I'm going to just stop there. I did the background. Awesome. So if there are any other details that you want to add to your turtle, you can do them. Now, I wanted to show you how I did this. This is a mixture of coloring crayons and watercolor. So I'll show you how I did that. Thumbs up if you're ready to do this part. If not, if I don't see a whole bunch of thumbs up, then I'll wait just a little bit and let you all finish up your backgrounds and what you're doing. If you're pushing a thumbs up multiple times, just push it one time, and that way I know that's one person's worth. I got lots of thumbs up. Okay, so I'm hoping that's from many different people. Taylor's got her thumbs up. Okay, so if you want to do your shell kind of like this, now you can use any colors you want. You can have them all different colors. You can pick 2 colors. You can pick 3 colors. You can do whatever colors you want. These all can be different colors. You get to do your turtle how you want your turtle to look. I'm just going to show you this for the sample, and then you get to choose. So for that one, I took my yellow crayon, and I just started in the middle and worked my way out. Kind of like you're making either like a fan or a flower or kind of a sun. So I'll hold this a little closer. So I just fanned out. And I didn't take up the whole entire area because I'm going to add another color on top of that one. So, and then what I did was I took orange. I used a color when you're trying to blend colors and you want them to look good. Think of them on the scale of the rainbow. So the color closest to something that you're working with will always blend really nicely. Further away on the rainbow, like say yellow and purple aren't gonna blend very nice. They're gonna give you brown, okay? So I'm gonna go over the top of this, extending my orange color out past my yellow color.
Just little circles.
Yeah. And then when I take my watercolors, and of course you can fill this in with crayon or marker or a colored pencil, whatever you have. If you don't have watercolors, no problem. But if you do have watercolors, then you can fill this in, and you'll notice that the watercolor won't mix in with your crayon because it's wax. and water and wax won't blend. So that is how I did that type. And I did it over the whole entire thing. Now, if you're working with crayons and you want to color in these bubbles, you can use white, because just like the wax here, the white is going to keep the blue, if you're doing watercolor, this is for watercolor, from going over your bubbles. So color them all in white if you're doing crayon and watercolor. It's not going to work for markers or colored pencils. This only works for watercolors and crayons. So I'm just filling in all my bubbles with white. You want to do that too?
Then you can just go right over it.
You can go right over it. So I am going to, are we done sketching? Yeah. If your picture is all finished, then we're done. I'm not going to add anything more to mine, but if you want to add another little sea turtle over in the corner,
like
or if you want to add, yeah, Taylor has a baby sea turtle down here. If you want to add other sea life, like starfish or whatever, you go for it. But I'm going to be done. I'm going to put the music on and I'm just going to start coloring in my picture. So I will be watching comments if you guys have any. You don't have watercolors or crayons, that's fine. You can use markers, you can use colored pencils, or you can just use your pencil and shade it in different shades of gray. So no problem.
No problema when we
No
did the llama.
problemo.
No problema when we did the llama.
So you need to use your markers and all that stuff. The watercolor is the very last. So if you're going to do these all different colors, you've got to do that part now. Okay?
I'm doing that part with the watercolor.
Are you going to do different colors in there? Because the watercolors will make it hard so that you can't use watercolors. Make it to where it's hard. It'll be wet and you won't be able to use your markers. So do all your marker stuff first. So I'm going to, or crayon stuff, whatever you have on hand for you to use. How do you draw a jellyfish? Jellyfish are fun. So it's kind of like an ice cream scoop. Do a big arc and a wavy bottom.
I did that one.
And then you can draw in the jellyfish tentacles. If you want to add more detail, you can do lines.
I'll show them the one that I drew.
So, there's a super basic jellyfish.
It's so nicer. But it has the name paint on it.
It's okay. All right.
I'm going to show them it.
They said yours looks amazing. Taylor drew a jellyfish a couple weeks ago, and here's Pete. Okay. And remember, you can color your sea turtle whatever colors you want. And I can't wait to see all of them. Aw, thank you. How did you guys decide to start doing these videos? So Taylor and I have been doing art a lot together. And with the COVID thing, we weren't able to do, my business is painting with kids, acrylic paints, and so all of our events got canceled, and I thought, well, we're gonna miss making art with everyone, so let's try and do some lives and see if anybody wants to join us, because she and I would be drawing anyways. We both love to, and I love her art, and so any chance that I can get to have her draw pictures, I do. And we just thought it would be really fun to have people join us if they wanted to, since we're all at home. So anyways, that's how we started this. It's very, very basic. We are not fancy, but it's been a lot of fun. Pete is so cute. Pete is cute.
Thanks. Oh.
You know, I think I'm gonna do a magenta fin. Wouldn't that be kind of fun to have a bright pink fin?
Mm-hmm. I think you know what I'm gonna do here.
When did you get so good at art? Well, that's a compliment. Thank you. We just like to draw and doodle, and it's just fun. There's no expectations. So practice, just keep on practicing. Can you please turn up the music? Absolutely. Is that better? Oh, you're welcome, Rebecca. Oops. Was it gonna go every other, and now I'm not.
I've had to do this twice. I'm gonna do every other on it,
Yeah.
but I just put that one
Yeah.
on that one again, and on that one too.
I know. It's
So I had
just
to color over with my purple.
that's what happened to me. I was going kind of fast. You just have to slow down, huh? Not a rush. This is relaxing, right? We're just relaxing, having a good time drawing our sea turtles, right? Yeah.
I'm gonna do like a teal.
Yeah, putting here's the lime green. That would look really good. When are we doing the salt thing? At the end. It's the very last part for the water. I'm glad you're having fun. Your chair is taking over my space. Here's Taylor so far. She's got some serious coloring in to do. Just take your time. I know, the bigger your sections, the less you have to do. That's fine. Take a break. Take a break. You can finish yours later. Right? Yeah. I'm gonna do some other colors. I'm gonna make mine really colorful, I think. Maybe not green.
Pink? Ooh,
Maybe
pink.
purple.
Purple. Kind of a purplish pink.
It is kind of a purplish pink. Maybe I'll do yellow. Here. Maybe right here. My other one out here so you guys can see it in case you wanted to see that style. You can do it simple, you don't have to get so detailed.
No.
No. Details, details. Oh, that's a different orange. It's okay. I'll stick with it for here. Just this one. The salt is for the background. You don't have to have it. If you're not using watercolors, then it won't work. So you don't have to have salt. Salt is not needed to complete your artwork.
Almost done with the pen.
Yeah. Okay, so what other colors are you adding in there? I have a very colorful sea turtle. I'm excited to see what you guys chose to do for your sea turtles. Are the spots in the middle brown? I don't have any brown on mine, but you can definitely add brown to yours. If you would like your sea turtle to have brown, then absolutely you should do it. Grandma really likes your sea turtle, Taylor.
Thanks. Ready for watercolors. Wait,
What about the shell part?
the shell part?
Mm-hmm.
Shell part.
Are you going to use some of these colors to outline some of these? To bring some of those colors into your shell? That would look pretty. Aw, I'm so glad, Yvonne. I'm doing a real sea turtle. Perfect. Don't you think that would look really pretty if you brought some of this, whoops, blue into here? You could even just outline everything in this blue, and then it would all be, and then maybe purple around the edges, and then it would all match. What do you think? Yeah? Where'd you go? You were gone for so long.
Not that long.
All right. Yes, it will absolutely be available for playback. So pretty, don't you think? They're just so pretty. All right, so I think we might be to the point on ours where we're ready to paint. Yeah. So I'm going to show you the salt. So if you want to know how in the world to use the salt, I will show you. Let me get my crayons all out of my way here. Okay, so we're going to turn my music down a little bit. I'm going to get my paintbrush wet. And I'm going to choose some blue.
I want
What color are you going to do?
Background.
Yeah. You can do whatever you want. And each section I changed colors just in the shades. So you can do a dark pink, a light pink, a pink and purple, a pink, purple, blue, whatever you want to do.
I'm going to do a pink and blue.
Okay. So just make sure you have lots of water on there. And then if you went over your bubbles with crayon, you'll notice that the paint is not sticking to them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's resisting. It's called a wax resist. So as you
have like kind of dots in there of that color. But they'll still be white.
So you're gonna go through and you're gonna paint. Make sure it's pretty wet. So that's why this really works way better with watercolor paper, because watercolor paper is meant to hold the water, right? Printer paper or even cardstock just really soaks it up. It doesn't allow the paper to stay wet for very long. It just soaks it right up. And you need the water to mix with the salt. So that is why watercolor paper works way better with watercolor paper. But
it's cool. Watercolor paper.
Cardstock
watercolor paper with red water.
Yeah.
With watercolor paper.
Yeah.
It's the same word.
Watercolors with watercolor paper. Cardstock is okay. You just can't use a ton of water. Okay, so I'll show you. So I have my paper really wet. And I'm going to take, so we have really coarse salt, but you don't have to use coarse salt. I'm just using, I have both. So this is just like sea salt. So you're going to sprinkle it, you're going to drop it on all over your background. And you'll notice that the water kind of pulls away. And it gives it a really cool effect. I don't know if you can see that really well.
Is it like... Now I need to like go over the water.
Yeah, the big stuff doesn't do it as good.
No.
So what you're gonna do is once you have your background painted and you put your salt on there, you're gonna let this dry. You're not gonna take the salt off. You're gonna let it dry, and then once it's all dry, then you can wipe the salt away and it'll leave you with a fun texture. And here's one that I did that's all dry. So see how it kind of adds this really fun texture to your paint?
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, there goes her chair. It's really fun. Aw, you're welcome, Rachel. Okay, so if you have any questions about the salt, let me know. I'm going to finish my painting here. Where is Mason? Mason is outside. I thought he was going to do this with us. I wanted him to. But no, not today. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a kitty. Is that right, Taylor?
Yeah.
We're going to be drawing a kitty. And then Monday, she is going to lead in a bunny drawing.
The little salt works way better.
The
Just
little salt
right away.
works better, yeah. Okay, well, you have to finish painting this area.
I know.
Okay, leave some salt for the bottom part. She's going salt crazy over here.
There.
Put it on the new areas. Leave the other areas alone, okay?
Okay. New area. New area. New area. What did they not crop down?
They're clapping. Must have been a live concert that they recorded.
So that was just now?
Well, I'm just playing it on a playlist. I love cats too. And this is Avery. Hi, Avery.
Now for the new area. It's like pinching salt.
I know you do.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Got it all over my hands now.
I'm gonna have to vacuum up here. Salt everywhere.
It's worth it for a drawing.
Let's clap for Taylor's art. She's just finishing up here. I'll show you. She definitely loves pink, purple,
And blue.
and blue.
Blue is my favorite color.
Favorite color.
No, teal is.
Teal.
The same thing. The next is pink.
Are you gonna add some of this green into the body? Go ahead. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking plants.
Okay, you've got plans. She's got plans.
And then more salt. New area.
Yes, pink and purple and turquoise are so pretty. All right. What you doing? Oh, that's a lot. Hang on. What did you do to your finger?
There's like a cut there.
Oh, is it
and
stinging?
like the salt got inside.
Ooh, yeah. Don't put salt in your cuts. That will hurt.
This is my pinching hand.
Yeah. All right, we're just about wrapping it up here on our end. If you're not quite finished, you keep finishing. And please don't forget to post your finished sea turtle. We love seeing them all. And also, we certainly appreciate you joining us on our drawings. We will be back on here tomorrow at 3 o'clock. You ready to say goodbye to our friends?
Almost. Almost.
Almost.
It's almost done. So will we have to post it? No, because we already saw the picture.
I still post your pictures. I still do it.
Well, thought I would get away with it. Not posting. Because they saw it. I'm gonna put a little bit in that turtle shell. I think it looks cool.
Yeah, you can totally put salt in your turtle shell.
Paint it with water.
Ooh, pretty. Go out to the edges. Yeah, just don't overlap your purple, but go over the pink part too.
It's the pink. I'm not overlapping the pink.
Oh, well, I think it looks really cool like that. Taylor's really loving this salt stuff. What happens when the salt hits? What does it do?
It like does that.
Does it pull away?
Yeah. Can
Yeah, it does.
I like it. Hey, taking all the salt away from me.
I'm just putting some on mine too.
No.
All right, so we're gonna let ours dry, right?
Yeah, not done yet with salt.
Okay, I'm gonna flip the camera around. There we are, back right side up. What do we say? Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I know it was a little bit more drawing this time and some different shapes, but I hope you had fun. I know we did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, have a fantastic day. Thanks for joining us and can't wait to see your art. Bye-bye.